YouTubers. Do any of us ever come across the people on Instagram or social media accounts where they're wearing really cute clothes or really cute shoes, and you reach out to them and you ask them where they got those shoes or where they got that cute outfit, and they don't respond to you? I have had that happen to me many times, and it is so frustrating. I cannot stand when you reach out to somebody, you're basically giving them a huge compliment saying you love their shoes, you love their outfit, and they don't even have the decency to respond to you and tell you where they got it from. I just don't get it. I'm the complete opposite of that. I love sharing my tips and tricks with anybody on social media. Anytime somebody reaches out to me about my clothes, my makeup, my hair, my anything, I will tell them where I got it, how much I spent on it, and I just love sharing those tips with people because, I mean, why don't you want to share those tips with people? I never understand the people that don't want to share their tips or tricks. Like, okay, you went to an underground Forever 21 and got your plaid skirt or whatever it is that you're wearing. Like, come on. You didn't go to a secret store. You didn't go to something that is completely unheard of or off the map. Like, share your tips and your tricks. Like, it's really rude not to. So anyway, one of my best tips or tricks I can give to the shoe lovers and the shoe addicts out there is how I find Christian Louboutins, aka red bottoms, aka whatever you want to call them, Christian Louboutin designer shoes for a fraction of the designer cost. Not all of the Louboutins that I have I found on sale or discounted prices. Some of them I have paid full retail price, and it's just because I love shoes and I love their shoes, and if I see a cute pair of shoes and I'm too anxious to wait for them to ever go on sale, I buy them right away. However, for the most part with Louboutins, I try my best to kind of hold out until they do go on sale. I have learned a few different ins and outs when it comes to getting Louboutins at a pretty good deal. So I just want to share those little tips and tricks with you guys. Okay, the first pair of shoes that I have up, I was actually in the market for a good pair of flat shoes, black flat shoes, because I'm actually going to wear them to my son's first birthday party that's coming up because I don't want to be in heels all day. So I actually stumbled across these cute black flats from Christian Louboutin. The original price for these were $725 at Neiman Marcus, and I got them. So it looks like they went from $725 down to $536, and then down to $320. So $320 is when I ultimately purchased them. And I'll tell you how I came across them in Neiman Marcus. I was there returning like some stuff after the holidays that I didn't really like or want. And when I was in Neiman Marcus, I was in there 1 week and I saw that they had a wholesale section of Christian Louboutins, and I think they were like 25% off at the time or 30% off at the time, and I was just like, no, I don't think so. And I went back the following week and they were marked down again, and that's when I found them at their $320 cost, and I purchased them because I just thought that that was a really great deal. So a lot of my good Christian Louboutin deals I have gotten from Neiman Marcus. So if you have a Neiman Marcus near you, I would highly recommend checking out their store every now and again and checking out their sale section and seeing if you come across some really cute Louboutins, because I am a size 7, and the size 7 is the size that goes pretty quickly. I don't find a lot of shoes in size 7, so it's kind of like a diamond in the rough. But like I said, if you do have a Neiman Marcus near you, definitely check out their sales racks, because they always have great deals on Christian Louboutins when I go in there. I know that there are a lot of girls that actually find Christian Louboutins at Nordstrom Rack for a really good deal. I, however, have never lucked out at Nordstrom Rack. I have never found a pair of $200 Christian Louboutins there. Apparently, there are Nordstrom Racks that in certain areas of the country have a better selection. Like, I've heard of the Nordstrom Racks in Southern California have a really good selection. I think Barney's outlet in the Bay Area and San Francisco outlets, they have good selections. And of course on New York, the East Coast, a lot of the Nordstrom Racks over there have really good selections. And then sprinkled here and there throughout the United States, I've heard other Nordstrom Racks that have really good selections too. But like I said, I have never found any at my Nordstrom Rack. So I just want to share the outlets I've used and how I've come across some really good deals. Next up, so this is going to be the World Copine 100 Patent Black Christian Louboutin shoes. So these shoes I stumbled across on, I can't remember if it was Neiman Marcus or Bergdorf Goodman, and I really, really loved the way that these shoes looked, and I would see them in the store when I would go shopping, and I just wouldn't pull the trigger and buy them. And eventually I ended up seeing these on sale on Bergdorf Goodman, and I jumped on the opportunity to purchase them for, I think, like $400 and something. And of course, when I purchased them, I got an email 2 days later saying that they didn't have them anymore. So I was really sad about that. So I was still really on the hunt of trying to find these shoes because I love them. I eventually ended up finding these, not as cheap as I found them on Bergdorf Goodman, but I found them on the Gilt site. I'm sure we've all heard of the Gilt site. G-I-L-T. I ended up purchasing these for a little bit over $600, so they were a little bit more on the pricier side than I would have liked them to be, but I did really love these shoes, and Gilt is always a great place to try to find designer shoes, not just Christian Louboutins, Valentinos, anything that you can think of. Gucci shoes, Gucci purses, belts, they constantly have stuff coming in on the Gilt site for really good prices as well. So I was really happy to find these on the Gilt site, and I love them. Next up, I came across these ones on a site called Poshmark. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with the site Poshmark. I came across these for, I believe, it's hard because I can't remember the exact price. I did place a bid on them. I think I tried to bid lower than what the girl had them priced at. So I believe I paid $450 for these. And I know that their regular retail price is well close to $1,000. And I just love these. Like, they're adorable. So I have lucked out when it comes to Poshmark. I do love their selection when it comes to shoes. There's a lot of girls on there that purchase shoes like in the wrong size, or they purchase them and they have them in their closet forever and they don't ever really wear them. This particular seller that got these shoes, I believe she probably found these shoes on sale at either Nordstrom Rack or Neiman Marcus or somewhere and just tried to flip them for a profit, which was fine with me because I couldn't find these shoes in any stores and they were well below the retail price that they would have been sold at a normal store anyway. So Poshmark is not just used merchandise. You can go onto Poshmark and you can find, if you change the filter to your shoes or your search to brand new with tags, then you will find only shoes or only items that are brand new, never been used, and anything over the price of $500, Poshmark does do a quality check, and they ensure that you're not being sold any fake or, you know, fraudulent merchandise. So, but anyway, I love Poshmark. Poshmark, I've always lucked out when it comes to finding good deals on Louboutins. Like I said, change the filter setting to brand new with tags, put in your specific size, and you will find whatever shoes that you are looking for, typically for 50% or less than the retail cost that you would find in normal stores. Unless they're greedy resellers and just want to try to make just as much as the retail store, which I don't ever purchase those because it makes no sense to me when I know that they probably got the shoes themselves for like a couple $100. I'm not going to pay full price for those shoes. Okay, next up are a pair of Louboutins called Multipot Napa in the color Snow. So I don't know if you can really tell, the ring light is kind of overpowering right now. This is more of like an opal shiny material. It's not just a flat matte white. These Louboutins I have worn. Obviously you can see the bottom, they have been worn. I got these Louboutins from Neiman Marcus. So these were priced at $945, and then they dropped down to $708 at Neiman Marcus, and then they dropped down again to $500. So that is the price that I ended up paying for these, and these are just super adorable. I love them, and they're surprisingly comfortable. I know a lot of people have issues when it comes to Louboutins and their comfort level, but these I could just be in all night, and I just am obsessed with these. Okay, next up, I saved these pair of shoes for last because I found these through a girl on social media on Instagram, and I'm going to put her name below right here. I follow her on Instagram, and she shares so many great sale finds, so many sales tips and tricks when it comes to not only finding Louboutins, but finding all different types of merchandise and really great deals. She will hook you up with personal shoppers all throughout the United States that will get you good deals on shoes, purses, belts, etc., etc. I was really happy when I found her, and I was really happy when she introduced me to a site that I had never heard of before, and it is called Giglio or Giglio. I'm not entirely sure how that's pronounced. However, I had never heard of the site Giglio before, and one day I was on her story on Instagram, and she posted these beautiful Louboutins, these black and gold with gold in the back, just kind of like around the trim area, just gold, and then just a suede black boot all in like the front. And I was looking for a cute pair of like black booties like this for winter time. And so when I saw her post the site and saying that they were on the site for $300, and these were currently being retailed at close to $1,000, I jumped on the opportunity to get these. The great thing about that site was there were no duties, no taxes. So the $300 I paid was a $300 flat, and I believe I got free shipping with it too. So I'm just obsessed with these shoes, and I am obsessed with Lux Hunt Deal, I believe is her Instagram name. Like I said, I'm going to link it at the bottom of the screen, put it in the description box for you guys. She is constantly posting really great sale finds. I highly recommend following her on Instagram and paying attention to all of the great sale finds that she posts daily on her story and in her posts. She even has an additional Instagram page where she sells stuff that she finds for discount prices as well. So like I said, I'll link her name at the bottom here, and you guys can go check her out, and she will constantly be introducing you to all types of sales tips and tricks that I was never aware of. Another really great tip that I learned from the Lux Hunt Deal Instagram as well was she finds certain heels online, like Christian Louboutins, on sale. And anytime I'm on like Neiman Marcus or off Saks Fifth Avenue, you know, any outlet store for a high-end retail store, I never find Christian Louboutins or designer shoes. It's a rare find for me to go on off Saks Fifth Avenue and find maybe like a cute pair of Valentinos that are a little bit cheaper than the full retail price. But one trick that she introduced me to when looking online at these sites to find if you're looking specifically for Christian Louboutins at a discount price, I'll give you an example of with Neiman Marcus. So if you're going to the Neiman Marcus outlet site, you're going to put Neiman Marcus, I'm going to put it below because I don't know on the top of my head exactly how to type it out, .com, and then you're going to do / Christian Louboutins. You have to search that in your Google search bar specifically. You can't just go to Neiman Marcus, search Christian Louboutins, because they won't show up for some reason. I don't know if this is like some underground world that Neiman Marcus has going on, but I have never been able to find Christian Louboutins on the Neiman Marcus outlet site. So what you need to do is you need to go to the Google search bar. You need to put in this specific link / Christian Louboutins, search, and then look underneath the images section. And underneath the images section, you will see all of the Christian Louboutins that they have available, and it'll say if they're in stock, what the price is, or if they are out of stock and what the price was for those as well. I have found the same thing works for NordstromRack.com, so I will put examples below so you guys can see what I'm talking about, and you guys can use that as a reference when you're trying to go onto these sites and buy designer shoes for a cheaper deal. All right, guys, well, that's it for all of my Louboutins that I'm going to share with you today. Those aren't all of the Louboutins that I have gotten on sale or discount prices. Those are just the few that I kind of just try to stick together really quickly, because I did mention at the end of the year on my Instagram when I was posting a pair of Louboutins that I was going to do a video to share my tips and tricks on how I get designer shoes at a fraction of the full retail price. Like I said earlier in the video, I am so bothered by people that don't ever want to share their tips or tricks with other people, and I just vowed to myself to be the complete opposite and be an open book, share with everybody all of the great finds that I come across. And if you're out there and I am missing out on different websites or different outlets that I can go to when it comes to getting not only Christian Louboutins for a deal, any type of shoes really, because I'm just a shoe addict, share those tips, tricks, and suggestions with me below, because I am always open to finding out new places to go or new sites to search. There are a few different sites that I also utilize. Like I said, I haven't shared all of my shoes with you guys that I got at discount prices. So in the description box below, I'm going to write different websites that I utilize when going to try to find designer shoes at a discount price. I hope this video was helpful to all my shoe lovers, all my designer shoe lovers out there. Like I said, leave me any suggestions or comments below, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.